Hey guys, welcome to the Homestead. So if you've been on my channel long enough, you know that I try to encourage people to put their time and effort and money into worthwhile things. And number one, that should be building your homestead and getting yourself, I think, prepared, but also in a place where you can more sustainably, provide for your family. Just in general, because I think it's healthier for that way. You're going to have a overall better lifestyle. Now, I have made a video in the past for my patrons telling them why I'm out of Bitcoin, why I got out of Bitcoin. And I wanted to make that video for you today. However, I left out something very important in that video that I think is very, very relevant to that conversation that most of you probably have not heard about yet, or maybe many of you have. I think it's very relevant to that conversation, and I'm going to talk about it today, along with all the other talking points that I had with my patrons on why I'm out of Bitcoin. But before I get started on that, you need to understand my history on Bitcoin and crypto in general. So here's a quick history. Back in 2011, I bought 3 Bitcoin. Okay, they were $20 a piece. At the time, my wife was like, "Why are you buying this? This is $60. $60 we don't have," because she saw this as something very frivolous. And I'm, honey, trust me, this is good. We need to do this, and let's just go ahead and get this. Please, just humor me. So I bought the 3 Bitcoin in 2011, and then in about a couple years later, we were really hard up for some money, and I'm like, I got these Bitcoin, and I've been watching the price. It's up to $200 a piece. So I sold each of these $20 Bitcoin for $200 a piece, and thought I was making out like a bandit. It should be illegal to make this kind of money. And so I did that, sold it, and then I got back in the game. And on 2016, 2017, when crypto was on its way back up again, I had some more money. And then I started posting on Steemit, if you remember that website, where you could earn crypto by your posts. So you could post videos, you could post blog posts and things like that. And then based on the interaction you had with the audience, the other people who were on Steemit, you earned money, and that money was easily transferable into Bitcoin. So I did all that, and then I racked up a bunch of Bitcoin and a bunch of other crypto, really. XRP, you name it, XLM. I had it. I had all the big top ones, and some of the even lower ones. So I was knee deep in the crypto game again. And then 2017 came along at the end of 2017, and crypto got to almost spitting distance of $1 trillion market cap. And at that point, the bankers, the banksters, all the people in the finance world that we live in today, in our world, took notice of this and sounded the alarm bells. Big time. And then you had that guy who came out a couple years later after that. It says, "We will tame Bitcoin." Because if you take $1 trillion out of the financial system, a financial system that is heavily controlled by government agencies, they start to take notice. They do not want that money outside of their control. And so they started controlling this, putting all kinds of places. And yeah, they tamed Bitcoin, because a couple years ago, when I got completely out of the game, about 2 years ago now, I saw they took control of all the on and off ramps of crypto, Bitcoin especially. Meaning, if you have US dollars and you want to get into that game, you have to go on the on-ramp to that highway, and they heavily control that highway and that on-ramp. So it's like going through a toll booth. They're going to know who you are. It's called KYC, know your customer. You have to submit information when it comes to your driver's license, all kinds of things, pictures, all this stuff you have to submit in order to get on that highway, and then to get off that highway, the off-ramp, in order to get your cash back. You have to go through the same process and be certified and I'll go through all that again, unless you go through some other third party who buys it for you. And a lot of people did that. They would go to these different financial institutions and buy their Bitcoin through them, but you never actually hold your own Bitcoin. And that's not what I was about. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. And they were going to try their best to make sure if you hold it, they know who you are. And that happened a couple of years ago, and so I was out of the game. That is the direct opposite of why Bitcoin was created to begin with. If you listen to the whole narrative of Satoshi Nakamoto, whatever his name is, he created this as an alternative to the financial system, a financial system that's heavily controlled by the government. Well, now it's heavily controlled by the government. Before, that was not the case. I was in that game. I've been playing that game. It was easy to move money in and out and spend it. I even had a BitPay card. Let me show you. BitPay card. So what I had was I had a wallet connected to this BitPay card. I had a number of different wallets, but this card had all my crypto on it in my wallet, and I could buy gas with it. I could buy look, it's a MasterCard. I could buy anything I wanted with this card. And then the government cracked down on that. No, we know who you are. And finally, they shut people like this down. I think they're still in business, but they don't service a lot of Americans or any Americans. I'm not sure what the rules are. But anyway, they sent me a letter and said, hey, you got this many days to get out, or we'll send you a check for the remainder of your balance. And that's what they did. There was like 5. I got everything transferred out of there, sold it all on the exchanges, and it was like $5 left in there, and they sent it to me. I had the Exodus wallet, one of my favorite wallets. See if I can find it here. Oh, they want me to put my password in again. But I had the Exodus wallet, for a long time. And I used a lot of that to move my money back and forth from Steam and all that stuff. And then I had, the Ledger, supposedly secure Ledger. And it is secure till now. If you don't understand that, we'll get there. Stick with me. This is the part I forgot to mention to my patrons when I did this video. Yes, the secure Ledger wallet. It used to be secure. It's not anymore. None of it is. So we will tame Bitcoin. Remember that? They've tamed it. Okay. The government controls every aspect of this, the on-ramps, the off-ramps, and it's completely opposite of what it was created to do. They control everything when it comes to crypto. And so I'm out. I'm out of that game. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. Now, what's come up in the recent past, just a few days ago, I was watching a video from a channel I subscribe to, and he makes the point on here. Maybe some of you have subscribed to him. I think it's like 500,000 followers, something like that. He makes the point that all of these new devices out there, the Apple, the iPhone 16, the Samsung Galaxy 25. I mean, I bought AT&T, and they're pushing heavy for me to get the new phone, the 25. Why? Because it has AI. Windows CoPilot is another one. See, all of these things now, they keylog everything you do. They screen capture everything you do. They listen to everything that it can possibly hear, and it logs all of the information. Okay, and it keeps that in a database, sends it off to a database. The AI is spying on everything you do. So let's just say, for example, you plug in, I have my phone here. I'm on the new iPhone 16, or I'm on the new Galaxy 25, and I type in my password. Click, click, click. They now have got that password to that wallet, which means they can get access to my crypto and send that to wherever they want to. They can do transfers on my wallet. The Ledger. Your ledger that you love so much, okay? You have to type a PIN in. I think let's see. Is it going to turn on? There we go. Ledger. Enter PIN. That's weird. It's like flashing. It doesn't do that when I look at it, but it's because whatever. Enter PIN. Well, your Ledger is connected to your USB port on your whatever device you're putting this into, so you can access your Ledger software on your desktop or wherever you're at, or your laptop. Well, there's a keylogger on all those Windows Copilots and all those other devices now, and they now have your PIN number to your device. And if you use your secret keys, because these have keys on them, that you have, if you put your keys anywhere on any device, it now logs those keys, those safe keys that you've got written down somewhere on a piece of paper, hidden away somewhere where no one can find it. Doesn't matter, because you're going to type it in at some point on some device. Now they've got that key logged, and at some point they can come in, whether it's the Chinese or the U.S. government, CIA, NSA, whatever, and they can take those keys and activate those keys and take your crypto. Your Bitcoin is already gone. Your Bitcoin is already gone. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. And when I saw the government years ago getting into this game, and I'm like, oh boy, my first thought is how they would control this was how they would basically take, okay, you're an address and you're not a certified address. You don't have KYC attached to that address. So what we'll do is we'll take that address and say, hey, that address cannot be used to purchase things in the open market, like going to the grocery store, buying gas, whatever, because it's not an approved address, doesn't have KYC attached to it. What they decided to do instead was go ahead and say, okay, everyone has to have KYC, or you don't even get the on-ramp or the off-ramp into that highway. Know your customer, KYC. And then you have places like Chainalysis, companies like Chainalysis and many other companies that track all the addresses and tie those back to individual people in databases. They know who you are and they can take it away at any moment. And everyone's going to AI devices. I'm not, but there's ways you can mitigate that. But if you're on Windows CoPilot, if you're on iPhone 16, if you're on the new Galaxy, man, they are pushing it hard for me. I'm getting advertisements for the 25 all over the place because they want you to be in that new AI universe so that everything can be monitored. Everything can be collected. What you hear, what you see on your screen, what you type in on your screen, it's all keylogged. It's a mess. And so I'm out. I'm out of crypto. Well, Zach, what do we do? I want to be able to have a safe way to store wealth and value. That's easy. There is a solution, and I'm about to show it to you. And, the good news is it's been around for 5,000 years. So it's got a little bit of a track record, just a little. Right there. Right there. It's called metals. And I like things like ammo, beans, bullets, and Band-Aids. All that stuff works too. Yeah, that's all of that stuff holds its value. But right there's a 5,000 year history. It always holds its value. Zach, why'd you buy an Australian? Why don't you buy the United States silver eagles? Because I don't like pagan goddesses on the front of my coins. Just, I'm nitpicky like that. Libertas, look it up. It's a pagan goddess that goes back to Babylon. But I like the kangaroos, and I got the kookaburras too, and I got some Canadian ones and some other ones. But yeah, you can just buy like that right there. Junk silver. And guess what? They can't do some keystrokes and take it away from me. I can take that out and I can bury it somewhere, or I can put it up in an attic or stuff it in a safety deposit box, although that would be probably a pretty poor choice because it's been shown numerous times that they can just go in and take your safety deposit boxes whenever they want. But put it somewhere secure and they'll never know about it. They'll never find it. And listen, boating accidents happen. They do. They really do. And so, hey, it's out there in the open. They can never take it from you. Unless you die, you don't tell anybody where it is. It's going to be yours and those whom you surround yourselves with forever. So that's your solution. We're going to go back to something that's been around for 5,000 years. And if you're in that Bitcoin game still, fine. Hey, listen, you roll the dice and take your chances. I'm out of that game. I don't go into casinos for the same reason I don't like gambling unnecessarily with my money. Okay? I understand you go out there, you spend like $20 at a casino, but that rarely ever happens. But, you got to be careful. This stuff is designed to be taken away from you. They do not want something outside of the system. And if there's ever a hack into the system, China has got all your data. You've plugged it in. You've given it to them voluntarily. You signed their little agreements when you signed up for their stuff. And boom, it's all gone. It's all gone. All gone. So you play that game if you want to. Good luck. Good luck. All right, the video is sponsored by theperfectpickler.com. Something that is true, has been true also for thousands of years, is the fermentation of vegetables. And, shall I say it, Warclim, that, phrase spelled backwards that I can't say on YouTube because there's some very friendly pink or purple-haired keyboard commando over at YouTube who likes to strike my channel every time I use that phrase spelled backwards here on the channel. So, perfectpickler.com, vegetable fermentation. This is how you get a good gut. This is how you avoid a lot of the inflammation and all these things, nasty things that are going around, all these autoimmune diseases. SIBO, one of the best ways you can fix your gut is with something like this. perfectpickler.com. If you have a friend who's also health conscious, this makes a great gift for them to try. You can do this at home. It comes with everything in the kit except for the jar. Hopefully you have a mason jar. If you do not have a mason jar in your house, you're doing something wrong. Also comes with the salt and all the stuff in the kit to allow you to do that, including an instruction booklet. Our best seller is the vegetable fermentation value package. So that's the one we ship out to the most. We just sent a shipment of these out to Layman's, and we have a lot of retailers who sell our products. And so if you're interested, that's our best seller right there. The value package comes with all the stuff in here, including a DVD and with all the instructions on how to do everything. It's fantastic. Again, perfectpickler.com. Check them out. If you have any gut health issues or autoimmune issues, that would be your first line of attack. And again, been around for thousands of years. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share the video before you go. Go on social media and all those places you hang out at and share the video. I really appreciate that. See you next time at the Homestead. Bye! One of the best perks about living off-grid is that I never pay an electric bill. I love being my own power company, but that means when things go wrong, I have to be the one on call. So I try and use reliable components for my power production. For the last couple of years, I have been promoting OUPES solar generators. I've been using them and abusing them, and as it turns out, they are pretty good products. They have power generators for all occasions, and they can be charged by permanent or portable solar panels, as well as AC power. They offer true lithium iron phosphate batteries, and this is important. Recently, a family in my area had a different brand that uses the less stable nickel manganese cobalt or NMC type batteries. The unit caught fire in the middle of the night. It was a scary situation and it caused damage to the home, but thankfully nobody was hurt. The generator, as you can see, was a total loss. This drives home the point on why it's so important to employ solar generators like the OUPES brand that uses the much more safe and stable technology of lithium iron phosphate, otherwise called LiFePO4. They offer small generators for travel or for powering an entire home and everything in between. These are great backups to have in a medical emergency or to power a freezer full of your favorite meat products, or as I have shown in past videos, for even backup AC and DC power sources for ham radio communications. If the grid goes down, you're going to be thankful you have one of these units. You can find the link in the description of this video or click on the banner ad found on the front page of our website at AmericanHomestead.com. Right here, that banner ad right there on AmericanHomestead.com. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. Oh wait,